Lions. We think the Lions won 20-6 on Sunday. A nice convincing win over the Bucks. Defense played very well. We see your boy JMO take the top off the defense. So, Adrian, is this Lions team currently the best team in the NFC?
I'm not ready to give them that credit yet. They're still San Francisco and Philly, even though they both lost. I still think the Lions are inching their way up to be in the conversation. 4 wins by double digits, impressive. Went down to Tampa. Montgomery got hurt. Craig Reynolds in at running back. But I gotta give Jared Goff a lot of credit. He's showing you that he is the Lions franchise quarterback going
Mm.
forward. So that man is about to get a bag. He's doing what they're supposed to. The defense is playing well. Um, got some guys out at corner. And to give a shout out to Alex Anzalone, my boy. I gotta shout out to my boy Rob on here, biggest Alex Anzalone fan in the world. This man has been playing like a shutdown linebacker. So I gotta give him the credit. But they're moving in the right direction, and these next few weeks are gonna tell a lot. The Lions can potentially get to the bye week with no losses. They'll be in contention to possibly get a that number 1 or number 2 seed. So far, so good. But we got a tough game this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I obviously, I was full on the Kool-Aid last week when Raaj wasn't, said that was a trap game. They came in there, handled business. Baker's only been sacked 5 times this year. Didn't do him a lot, but they got to him at least once, which shows testament to that defensive line. The last 4 games, I think they've only allowed over like 64.5 yards rushing. The next closest team, I believe, is the Niners, who allowed 80 yards rushing. So, it's pretty crazy to see what they've been doing. I saw a stat the other day. The Lions have scored 20 points in their last 15 games. Since the 49ers lost this last week and didn't score 20 points, they were the next closest with 13 or 14. The next closest team after that, scoring 20 points a game, is the Chargers with 7. They scored 20 points in their last 7 games. So the offense is showing you that they're humming. The defensive line is stopping the run, getting to the quarterback fast enough. They don't have the best corners right now, obviously, but the corners are doing well enough. The safety help that they have. Like you said, Anzalone's looking good. Barnes went down in that last game. So Jack Campbell came in and played a lot. He looked really good. O'Hara had some really big tip pass plays. Like Raaj said, my guy JMO took the top off. The readjustment was unbelievable. The catch was great. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to, catch it 10, he's not going to be a same who catches it 12 times a game, but he'll get, a few deep shots, and that's what you get him for. You got him for that deep shot. Laporta's out there catching it left and right, so you really don't need him to catch a bunch of balls. You don't need him to be old reliable. Laporta and St. Brown are going to do that. Just throw it down to him. Going off Adrian said about Goff, and I texted you guys about earlier, I was going to ask, is he in an MVP conversation? I'm not giving it to him, but is he in the conversation? He's 4th in QBR. He's thrown the same amount of touchdowns, less interceptions than Mahomes, and he only has about 150 yards less passing than Mahomes. Mahomes is 5th in QBR. Only guys ahead of him are Tua, Purdy, and Josh Allen. So I think he's kind of up there. Since it's a quarterback award, I'd put him in there, but I'm not giving him. I'm just asking, is he in the conversation?
He's absolutely in the conversation because he's playing his best football when it matters. So right now he could be in the conversation for sure. He's 5th in the league in passing yards. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot, averaging over 8 yards an attempt. So he's playing his best football right here. He doesn't take a lot of sacks. I definitely think he's turned the corner. He's found the perfect spot with this Lions franchise.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely in the MVP mix. I don't think he's the favorite right now, but he's absolutely in the mix for sure. Right now, I'd say probably Tua. I'd give it to Tua right now. It's probably the favorite, but I wouldn't put Goff too far behind him though.
Yeah, I obviously am putting Purdy in there because his numbers look really good. He's number 1 in QBR, but again, he doesn't have to throw the ball, as many times as these other guys do. I mean, Goff threw time in that Bucs game, so I couldn't tell you if Brock Purdy's thrown it 40 times in a game in his whole NFL career. Also, another thing that I was going to add was is Sam Laporta potentially an offensive rookie of the year candidate? I know it's tough for a tight end because it's you got Stroud, his thing in Houston, but
yeah, it's probably right now. It's probably Stroud, and you could argue that that Laporta is second. But if CJ Stroud continues to play like this, he's gonna definitely win the award. No questions.
Yeah, Laporta should be in the mix. He's had a very solid season. He definitely should get an honorable mention. But yeah, we know they're going to give it to the quarterback, and you can't take nothing away from Stroud, man. Nobody expected Texas to even be relevant, to even have a win by now. So they're completely overachieving, and yeah, it's Stroud got it right now. He got it, but definitely an honorable mention for Laporta for sure. But I mean, who knows? We might get the defensive rookie with Branch. It depends on how he's looking.
He is coming back this week.
Yes,
he's coming back against the Ravens. So now, and last thing I'll say on the Lions before we move on. Everybody online, not everybody, but a lot of people online have been saying that their Lions are a fraud. They haven't been anybody good. Then when you throw in Kansas City, they say, oh, they didn't have Kelsey or Jones. So do you think people are going to keep moving the goalposts as they go and they beat the Ravens? They beat Lamar and the Ravens in wherever they play for M&T Bank?
I think they'll if they beat the Ravens in Baltimore, I think everybody in national media will pick on and start rooting for this team. I mean, I know Stephen A had them as his number one team on First Take this morning, which I was shocked at.
He had
so they're
starting to get
Yeah, he had them number one. So they're starting to get some recognition. I just think they just need to keep winning and doing what they do. Because we know at the end of the day, the big teams like 49ers, Cowboys will still get most of the attention. But let's let the Lions keep winning, and they can worry about the rest of that later. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, Reid, I just think a lot of people, we've been watching them be pathetic and bottom of the barrel NFL team for so long. People just don't, after seeing 30 years of just incompetentness, they're not ready to just crown them off. 6 games? So,
I get it.
Regardless of what, you can't take nothing from them, though. They're the best team in their division. They're looking very good. They're on track to win the division. You can't take nothing away from them. They're coached very well. They got Dan Campbell's put a good coaching staff together with Brunell, Aaron Glenn, Antoine Randall, and those boys. But yeah, that's what all it is, man. The Lions have just had that great cloud over their heads for so long. A lot of people aren't ready to just buy in off 6 games.